What it do, what it do, what it do, who? It is I, Eden the Hero. Welcome to Humble Good Times. This is a journey after adversity now. Can you believe today is the 50th episode of this series? I'm like, wow. This is probably the most consistent I've been in a very long time, but I'm really happy to be here at 50 episodes in. And in 2 weeks, it'll be a full year, 52 weeks, 1 year. So I don't have anything big planned for today for being the 50th episode, which is a huge accomplishment and milestone, but week 52, I'm going to plan something that'll just, I want to kind of like make it a big deal, because this is a year of me being consistently documenting, vlogging my journey through and after adversity. So here we are. So let's start with the weekly recap. So this week, oh my God, my body. I'm not going to just say my body. I'm going to say a weird part of my body, which is my hands. I've been having the worst hand cramps that I've never had hand cramps. Like this past week, I was working on some project at work that required like using our hands a lot, and it was like mainly just taking this stack of labels and boxing them, and the stacks were bigger than my hands could really handle, but I was trying to be a trooper because the girls that I was working next to, they were doing it like it was nothing, but they probably been doing this for years. So I'm trying to keep up, which I realized I gotta work at my own speed. It's way safer for me to do it my way than keep up with people that have been doing this for years. So like I would say a day or two later is when I felt the effects of my hands feeling like, oh my God, just hurting, painful, throbbing, swollen, I don't know if they were swollen, but it felt like they were swollen. I could feel like veins or swelling in my hand. It was just very like uncomfortable. I'm still dealing with some of that today, but it's been a little better today. I iced my right hand is the one that was dealing with the most pain, I would say. My left hand, not so much, but yeah, definitely my right hands took the brunt of the abuse. But aside from that, I've actually worked a lot by myself this week, which has been, in a way, it's been nice because I haven't had to deal with no disagreements with my coworker. And sadly, this is his last week that's coming up, so I really hope the best and pray the best for him. Like I don't ever want to see nobody like leave against their will or them be put in harm's way. So I've been praying for him that everything works out in his favor. But yeah, this week I've worked a lot by myself, which has been nice. There was maybe a day or two where I'm like, I could really use his help, but I thugged it out. I worked at my own pace. Like, it's not hard to get caught up when you fall behind on the job, but he kept chiming in to try to help me, which I didn't mind, but at the same time, when he was by himself, I didn't do it because I feel like you can handle it. It's not like we're running more than one line at work, which if it was two lines, it's hard to keep up with two lines. But it was only one line, and I'm like, I can do this. He just sees a line of boxes on the conveyor, and he feels compelled to jump in. That's just him. He's a collaborator. But yeah, so it's been nice on that end. So just an update on the check situation, that my hours, I actually got my 2 hours added for my next check. Not this past one, but my next one. So my boss, I spoke to him about the situation. The staffing agency wanted me to get it confirmed through the HR girl, who I would have to prove I worked these hours, and then it was just a lot. And the funny thing is, they get copies of my time card, so they would have seen that I worked the 10 hours. But for my boss messed up and put 8 hours on this form that he got to fill out, and he messed up. So he was like, I'll just, instead of you having to go through all this other stuff, why don't I just add 2 hours on one of the days you leave on time at 3, and then you'll get it on your next check. I'm like, okay. But I was like, but that means I'm going to be getting overtime instead of just straight hours. And they were straight hours that I worked. He was like, I won't tell if you won't. I'm like, bet, okay, give me that free money. Give me. I'll take it. No complaints. So it actually worked out in my favor. I was thankful to God for that, because this ain't the first time he's done something that's been super generous and kind of risky, but I'm appreciative of it, because all the other stuff that they were trying to make me do to prove that I actually worked these hours, it just was too much. So I really appreciated him doing what he did, because I mean, they could have not paid me my hours, and then we would have had a bigger problem. But that happened, and then I followed up with my staffing agency and let them know it's just been worked out. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to follow through, whatever. I didn't even say all that. I just said it's been worked out. But I have another question, and I was asking my boss about my hours versus days of my contract, because he told me that usually there's a number of hours you gotta fulfill, and I've heard that before. I think I've done that in my last job before I got hired. But when this job, it was supposed to be a 90-day contract. That's what I was told going into it. 90 days, I'll be hired on, get benefits and all that good stuff. It's like, bet, I'm down with that. So I questioned the recruiter that picked up after my recruiter left. I'm like, hey, I just want to confirm whether I have a 90-day contract, or is there a number of hours that I need to fulfill, just making sure or whatever. So he hits me back with, it's actually a 6-month contract. I'm like, so how is that possible when I was told 90 days? Like, why the misleading? He didn't respond to my question of why the misleading. So I don't think he's gonna explain anything. So much of me wants to do something about this, but I'm just gonna pray to God, honestly. I can either accept it, the fact that, I gotta wait 6 months, or I find another job. And as hard as it is right now to find a new job, I really don't want to have to go through that. But more importantly, I know what comes with this opportunity once hired on. And I already have a plan set up where I'm going back to school. I want to get the tuition reimbursement and all that stuff. So I've just decided I'm gonna just be patient about it. But I'm I really don't appreciate the the manipulation at the end of the day, because they just trying to fill the roles and telling people whatever they needed to tell. So once I am hired on, I'm going to leave a review for that company, and it's bullshit. Because it's funny, there was one person that just got hired on like last month, and he said it took him 6 months to get hired on. I'm like, whoa. I was like, I have a 90-day contract, and he was with the same company that I'm with, the staffing agency. So I'm like, yeah, they told me 90 days, so I don't know. He's like, yeah, it's 60 for me. He was like, it took me, he said it's 6 months. It took him 6 months to get hired on. I'm like, that seems way too long. So I spoke to my boss about what I was told by the recruiter, and he's like, that doesn't sound right. He's like, I'm gonna send an email to the lady in HR and to see how long it actually takes, or how long it's supposed to take to get hired on. Because he said that just doesn't sound right. And I'm like, well, I've heard from others that it took them 6 months to get hired on, and then some people weren't getting their hours reported. So I was really checking on to make sure that my stuff was being reported, to make sure I'm on track to get hired. So he's gonna look into it for me. Hopefully, I might have to remind him, because he be all over the place. He lost a worker back in June. It was a guy that was there for like a year, and then he's about to lose another person, which is my coworker, this week, and he's gonna probably lose 2 more people due to retirement next year. And one of them, the guys that he's gonna lose, is like his, like, almost like a lead guy. So I see opportunity there, and I'm definitely gonna have the conversation with him about like what else I can learn, what I can do to help. Because the more I learn, the more valuable you become. So, and I'm a very reliable person, because I'm showing up, I'm staying late, I'm communicating. My mentality's there because I've been in his position of being a supervisor and having people that are reliable and not reliable, and a lot of like changes of losing people and then the people coming on. So I understand his position of what he's dealing with, which, you know, this is why I want to go back to school, because I know like my credentials don't make sense for the position that I'm in. And just knowing, like, for me, I'm humbled by it. I'm not mad at it, but it's motivation for me to get up out of this level I'm at, which is entry level, and then get back into a position of either leadership of some sort, because I know my mentality, and a lot of people that I work amongst don't have the same mentality as me. Which, going into the next thing I want to talk about from this week, so there's been talk about me and speculation about me, about my identity, and people. There was one person that came up to me. No one else said anything about me to my face. No one questioned me to my face but one person. And something about this woman, when I first seen her, when I started working her, I knew she would be that type to be kind of like that messy type, because she's the loudest in the room. She be doing a lot, like, it's just be a lot. And I try to give her the benefit of the doubt, because she's like one of few black women that work there. There ain't a lot of them, but there's enough there that I've seen that there's, representation. But her way of, she comes off a little ratchet, and I was trying to just find someone to, not even find. I wasn't trying to find nobody, really. I keep to myself. I'm good. I keep to myself. It just naturally happened where if I have a question or if there was something I was not doing right, she'll chime in and let me know what I need to do. So she was kind of helpful in those ways where no one else could explain to me, because most of them spoke Spanish without the ones I had worked amongst. So her being one of the people that could actually just speak English, it was helpful. But yeah, the speculation came up about me. She said, is it true that you're a woman? And I'm like, no. I'm like, why? She's like, because they've been talking about you and saying that, you wear a sports bra and this, that, and the third. I'm like, I really don't give a fuck what they got to say about me. No one said nothing to my face but you. So I really don't care. Whatever. So I kind of had a feeling of who probably was running their mouth about me. It's people that are just those types in that type of environment that have nothing better to do but to find someone to talk shit about and start rumors about. So I keep to myself. Like I said, I don't talk to really nobody. There's a few people that I say what's up to, but I keep it pushing. I don't sit there and try to have conversations with anybody, because if I'm being honest, I'm not trying to let nobody in until I get all my IDs and everything updated. I don't want to have to deal with the questions and stuff right now about my gender and stuff, but here we are. So that happened on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday. So it bothered me a little bit, where it's just like, who gives a fuck what you think? Like, it's like nobody's business. Like, I literally talk to nobody really there. I go to work, I go home. That's it. If it wasn't so hot out, I would be in my car eating my lunch and not sitting amongst the people in the break room, because first of all, I don't like a lot of noise when I'm trying to take my breaks. And then secondly, I just like my peace and my space. I don't like having to eat I don't like being around a lot of people when I gotta be around them all day. So I just became that person where I'm just like, I'd rather eat lunch alone, and that's it. But yeah, so that happened on Wednesday, and then I was talking to God about it. I prayed to God about my God. I pray for the people that are talking about me. I pray that you bless them with something better for themselves to talk about, and something good for them to be able to be happy about, and to focus on, and to take the focus off of me. So I feel like it might have been God that sent me this idea of, I want to do something nice, because I feel like this is me turning the other cheek. So what I ended up doing, I bought donuts in for everybody. Got 2 dozen of 1 dozen of glazed and 1 dozen of chocolate donuts. And another thing about that was, it's like, this company, I'm not going to say the company, I'm going to say the management, the general manager, they don't take into account that y'all had us come in on our holiday weekend because of a failed planning on whoever's account. It comes from above. It comes from them, the upper management in the building. If you didn't properly plan for things to get done before the holiday, that's on you. That shouldn't be on us. But here we are showing up because we want to keep our jobs. We want to get paid. I don't get paid for the holiday, but I need to get hired on. So everybody kind of just sucked it up, still came in and did their part. But there was no appreciation shown for that. It's just like you have us come in, and then we're still coming in the following Saturday for whatever reason. And that's where I'm just like, they need to do more about like being appreciative of their workers. Yes, it's our job to come in and do our job Monday through Friday. Saturdays are overtime that we get paid for, but it's a mandatory overtime that we don't have a choice unless we just don't show up, and there's like a point system. So I felt like I want to probably try to do a monthly donut offering for the people that I work with, because it's just bullshit. I'm sorry, it's bullshit. If you can't show simple appreciation by either breakfast or lunch, it's that simple. It's a little appreciation goes a long way. So like, by me doing that, I was really trying to change the conversation about me. If you're going to talk about me in a way that, you know, that I've done something kind. Because talking about me and whatever I am, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. If I'm a good person, if I'm a kind person, that's all that matters. If I'm coming in and I'm doing my job and I'm not making you having to do my work and pick up my slack, what are we talking about then? Who gives a fuck what I am? I don't care who, what, where. Because no one in that motherfucking can talk about anybody. Let's be real. We're in a position of blue collar work where it's the least appreciated, but the hardest earned dollars that anyone can work for. So I just really, not only was this an opportunity for me to do that and just, you know, change the conversation. I mean, people were like, wow, you actually brought this in for us. Now, yes, my name's Eden. This is for y'all. I wanted to do this for y'all. Despite that there's been conversations about me behind my back, this is for y'all. So I felt good about doing that. And that conversation, like just knowing that there's the talk about the gender, what I am, it made me realize like I need to handle my passport again. And because there was an injunction for the executive order that basically forced us trans people to pick to be they have to use our assigned sex at birth on our documents, our passports, that now we can actually get those updated. I didn't expect it to happen this soon, but that conversation kind of like made me realize, yo, I need to get jumping on this. So this weekend I was able to get my picture retaken, because I filled out the forms that need to be filled out to get it corrected, and I had to get my picture retaken, and it just like kind of motivated me to like, let me get this done, because I want to be, when I get hired on, I want it to be as my correct gender marker that I identify as. I don't want no questions asked or anything. So when that happens, when I get hired on, the M is going to be on my license. It'll be on my passport. And I might be able to do my social security too. So I'm taking full advantage right now of every opportunity to get all this done now, because it's only 90 days after the injunction was put in place, because they're going to probably try to appeal and fight it. But right now we have the opportunity to get our correct genders added to our passports. So y'all pray for me that it all works out. I'm going to be mailing off my documents tomorrow, And I can't wait to see that. First of all, my picture was ass. It was a bad picture for my passport. So my new picture looks 20 times better. When I got that picture done, it was right 2 weeks after my surgery for my wrist. I couldn't properly cut my hair, so my hair looked crazy. I didn't care how I looked. I just wanted to get this passport so I can get my license updated. And now that I've been able to like actually take my time and get better with my haircuts and stuff, that picture looks way better. Oh my god, I was so happy with it. Honestly, it's pretty much what you see here because I got it done today. So, but I'm excited to see it, like everything work out. Like I really believe it's all gonna work out. Because had that situation not happened, I probably would have waited longer to get it done. Because I've been thinking about it, but the website when the travel website for the government for passports, it wasn't showing that anything about the update on the court injunction. So I was trying to give it time, but I was so happy that they had the attestation form that we were able to get. There has been more media about it too, that it's been overturned for right now, where there are the injunctions in place. We can move forward with getting our gender markers updated. So I'm excited. I'm this close. It's close to getting my license corrected. So I'm hoping by next month I'll get it done. So yeah, that all happened this week. And then last night got with my guys. I planned it on like last minute on Friday. I was reaching out to my other friends to see if they were going to be available because I was going to just go over and visit them, and I wanted to get them some meats. Because right now I got the last month of my SNAP benefits that I can use. I want to share my little bit of wealth with my friends. So I wanted to get my friends some oxtails because I know how much they love oxtails. And I was going to get my other friend some chicken because I know he likes chicken. But I'm going to still do that for them because, you know, I just want to do something nice and kind for my friends while I'm in a position to do that. They've been looking out for me, so I just want to return the gesture and look out for them. But I ended up planning something with my guy group of friends, and we had a boys' night out Saturday. Now the plan was to play pool. Did not get to play pool. I wanted to play pool because it's just fun. But everywhere we went, like we went to 2 spots. The first place, we probably waited too long to get a pool table. And then the second place, there was one pool table and these kids were on it, so we weren't able to get on there. So next time we plan a guys' night out, we'll have to find another spot to do that and have a good time. I really wanted to play pool though. I really wanted to have some fun with that, but we ended up just talking, eating, having drinks, and just catching up with everything. And the conversations got good, like just kind of letting each other in on the stuff that we've dealt with in our past relationships and stuff, and just connecting as, you know, guys. And it's nice to see the evolution of us in our friendship and how things, like I'm the oldest. I am the oldest that was out last night. And then there's my other friend, Christian, and then Lo. Christian's second in line, and Lo is the youngest. But it's just funny because when me and Lo first hung out, I thought he was my age, and then he comes out with, yeah, I'm 20 something. I think he was 27 at the time when I met him. And I'm like, Oh, I thought you were my age. I'm 30. I was 37 at the time, maybe. It was like 3 years ago or so when we hung out for the first time, just us two getting to know each other. And yeah, it was just funny. It was funny. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I want to do a monthly guys' night out to just connect with my fellas. I've been telling them about just, I've been considering like non-traditional marriage. Like I've been visioning what it would look like for me if I were ever to get married, and it's completely non-traditional. I just have a love of peace and space. And if I feel like if I lived with my spouse, I feel like I wouldn't fully be at peace. Because I like coming home to my stuff. I like coming home to things where I left them. I do not like when people come to my space and move my stuff around. That happened one time with someone I was talking to, and I came back. Well, she left, and one of the days I was like trying to make a smoothie, and I could not find the smoothie blades. I mean the blender blades. So I'm looking around for it. I'm like, where the hell did she put my blades? Because I kept them on the sink. I know it was easy to just grab and like use, and then I almost reached out to her until I found them on the actual blenders. Like, yes, that was a smart, maybe convenient thing, but I know where I left my shit. I would have loved that they would have just stayed where I knew where they were. And she didn't even tell me where she put them or what she did. She did a whole rearrangement of my Tupperware cabinet. It was just weird. Like, that was a little too close to comfort for me. Like, and that week when she stayed with me, it was too much for me. I was not anticipating to be that overwhelming, to be like around someone that much for that long. So yeah, it made me realize like I'm definitely not into the living together thing anymore. I'm not. I don't mind taking care of me and my stuff, my needs. I don't mind people coming to visit. I just can't live with someone anymore. Like, I like living by myself. And I believe there is a woman out there that may feel the same way that I do. But yeah, so we were talking about just stuff like that and just catching up. And I just appreciate being able to have that camaraderie with my guys. So yeah, it was a good night. Went to a bar that I thought it was like a mixed crowd more so. It was sort of, but we didn't see the mixed crowd until like right before we were about to leave. But it was a very much an older crowd bar, like people that were probably living there for years, that grew up around that area, and that bar became their good time out, that type of crowd. And there was no air conditioning. It was so hot. Oh my god. It was just like, it was cool to grab drinks and enjoy a little bit of entertainment, but overall it was not our scene at all. And then we went to the Southern Lanes, that was a bowling alley. Definitely had air conditioning. And we've been to this spot before, but because someone already took the pool table, we basically just had to sit this one out and just kicked it over at the bar. And We were hoping to get these Jello shots that we had the last time. No Jello shots available. I'm like, you know what? Let's just talk. Let's just hang. It's not that deep. We'll play whenever we can. So yeah, it was a good night. And then today I had my small group meetup with my church, and I didn't go to church in a physical form. I went online, and I really just needed the time to sleep a little longer, not have to rush out the door. I just wanted to have a slow morning, and it was nice. I made my coffee. I made one of these breakfasts I used to make a while ago, and just kind of got the word, and relaxed until I had to go over to church to go to the small group meetup. So yeah, today was about it was just about discernment, and how we know when God's leading us or God guided us. So a lot of good testimonies were given, and I didn't give any of mine. I was really anxious to get out today, and I think it's only because it's been such a commitment of having to go every week and show up every week. Because I get antsy like that with certain commitments that I gotta be there every single week. It's not forced upon me to be there every week, but it's something that's helping me strengthen my relationship with God and build community. So I'm trying to show up to be a part and to be of support to my community, church community. So I show up for them more so than just myself, which has been nice because I got people praying for me and I'm praying for others. So it's just been a beautiful thing, and I'm trying to get my boys to go to church with me. I never thought I'd be that person, but here we are. It's been working for me, and I just wanted to share the free gift that we're all given. So that's pretty much it. And this has been a humble good time. I am Eden Hero. Peace.